All right. So the first combo we're going to be doing is the two-card combo. If you're a Mermail player, you probably know about this one by now. It's Abyssteus and Neptibus. So, I mean, this should be pretty simple. You summon it, you send Dragoons, get Dragoons. Activate that Dragoons, get Megalo. Send Dragoons to summon Teus. Then you're going to get his effect and his effect. So you're going to get this with his effect, and then you're going to get this with his effect. So now you have 3 cards in your hand. You're going to send these 2 to the graveyard to summon Mistar, and then you're going to discard these 2 cards to summon Megalo. Megalo is going to trigger Neptibus, then Gund, and Megalo himself. So you're going to do Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3. So she's going to summon him. He's going to summon, I'll just do them. It doesn't matter what order you do them. You just obviously play out the combos as you go. And you're going to get Abyss Sphere. Now you're going to link these 2 up. And you're going to summon Decode Talker. You're going to overlay these 2. And you're going to get Galaxy Tomahawk. You'll detach 2. And that'll get you 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens that you can use. This one is over here. Now what you do is you send this, get rid of this, to summon a Proxy Dragon. You're going to get rid of decoding this to summon a Firewall. Get rid of another token to summon Link Spider. I like leaving him here because if I activate this and they try to Ghost Ogre, I can just pop this instead. So I'll activate Firewall. I'll get my 2 level 4s. And then when I do, I can get rid of this one. I can summon a second Link Spider. And then I can send this Link Spider to the graveyard to summon a Secure Guard now. Because he was sent to the graveyard, I can summon a level 4. I can get rid of these 2. Make a Link 3 play in Ningrisu. That lets me summon the Dragoons. I can overlay both Dragoons. That'll let me summon Bahamut, detach 1, and that'll let me summon a Toad. This will let me search my deck. Not for that. Not for that. Where'd he go? For that. And so now you have these 2 in your hand, and you have this on the field. We really don't need him anymore. We've already used him. So we'll get rid of these 2, and we'll just add some more protection to our field with Proxy. Now you can set this. You have Disruption with this and with this. And if your opponent tries to Dark Hole, Regeki, MST, anything that would be destruction, you can just substitute this in its place. So destruction is pretty much immune. Even if it gets destroyed, this, you could destroy this. And even if they have, like, let's just say 2 forms of disruption, you can flip this over and you can summon out any Mermail. I personally like to run Abyss Gun. Abyss Gun, you can pop it, get its effect, so that gets you 3 layers of protection. And then this would be the 4th one, but they would have to have 3 layers of destruction on their field in order to do that. So now what I'm going to do is let me reset the field. And you have a negation. Next turn, you can, if you negate, you can get something from your graveyard. And, you know, you can just keep on going from there. All right, so this next combo basically makes it so that if you have this and any water, it's not as powerful as the first combo, but it's still pretty good. So what you do is you summon Neptibus. You send Dragoons to get a Dragoons, and then you get Abyss Megalo to your hand with this Dragoon's effects. Now you can discard these 2 to summon the Megalo. This will be Chainlink 1, this will be Chainlink 2, so you get Abyss Sphere. And this time you get the Mulin Glacier. You send these 2 to the graveyard, and you're going to summon your Mistar Boy. Now because you have 5 monsters in your graveyard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waters, you can summon Mulin Glacier, get rid of a card from their 2 cards from their hand, and you can set this. Now, in the future, when we get Abyssalacia, you can replace this with the spell card and equip it to it. That'll make it so you have 3 cards, 3 forms of disruption, the spell negator and the 2 cards you ripped from their hand. So essentially they're starting with 3 cards and they're facing a 3300 monster and a 1900 Star Boy. That can recur any card that you have in your graveyard, which is great. Alright, so the next combo we're going to be doing is it's going to be Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince, and it could be Megalo or Aqua Spirit, or if you want to get a little more creative, it can be Nimble Angler, or if you want to go off the wall, you can do Rosenix, Launcher, and Lokhande. Any combination of these cards with him gets you that disruption field where we had Toad, the trap, discard fodder for the trap to a disruption, and protection with the proxy dragon. The thing about not drawing this with the Abyss Abyss actually gives you your discard fodder, so you don't have to draw it. Unfortunately, just having this and any of these does not give you discard fodder. So really, if you draw any 2 water monsters like these 2, that's going to get you there. If you draw any combination of these, including him, so if you draw like this, and like any of the 2 of these, then that's going to get you there. All right, so we're going to start with these 4 monsters in our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we're going to start with him. We're going to summon him, activate his effect to send one to the graveyard, Dragoons, and get a Dragoons to the hand. That Dragoons is going to get us, because we have a Megalo, this Dragoons is going to give us another Neptibus. Now we can discard these 2 to summon this Megalo. This Megalo is going to give us a trap. This Atlantean is going to give us another Megalo. Let's see. Another Megalo. And then this guy is going to revive the Atlantean Dragoons. Now that you have discard for the second Megalo, you discard those 2 and summon the Abyss Megalo. And now what you could do is, instead of just going straight into the Tomahawk, you link these 2 up and you summon this Star Boy. Now you can overlay these 2 and make a Galaxy Tomahawk. You could discard 2 with the Galaxy Tomahawk, or you could detach 2, I guess I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives you 4 tokens on the field. Same as the other one. You get rid of a token and the guy to summon Proxy Dragon. We need to bring the Firewall Dragon down here. Now we're going to get rid of 2 tokens and the Mistar Boy, and we're going to summon Firewall Dragon. Now we're going to use the last token, and we're going to summon Link Spider. That gets us co-linked with 2 cards, gets us 2 cards back, both Dragoons, just like that. Now that we have both, we need a way to special summon them. Well, we can get rid of these 2 guys, and we're going to actually summon Decode Talker. That's going to trigger its effect to let me summon 1. But how do we get the other one? Well, we could just link Decode Talker into Secure Gardena, and that gives us another one. You overlay these 2 right above the firewall to summon Bahamut, and then you detach 1 to summon a Totally Awesome. This is going to trigger, and that's going to give us a Heavy Infantry, just like that. And so now what we have these 2 cards. The reason I summoned this guy up here is because I'm a link away with him into a Proxy Dragon. I hate whenever I play Cyber Dragons, giving them an easy way to bring out that new Chimera Tech Dragon. It just makes it vulnerable. I used to summon the Shark here and the Toad here, but the Toad would always get, sent away. So I prefer to summon it here. That way it'll have protection, and it's not using any of the extra monster zones. Now, granted, now they can extra link me if they want, but I have a pretty robust field of negation, disruption, and this can protect my field. So this is the combo we would do. Summon Neptibus, send Dragoons, get Dragoons. That Dragoons is going to get you a Megalo. So now what you're going to do is you're going to discard these two, the Angler and the Dragoons, to summon Megalo. The Megalo is going to get you the trap. The Dragoons is going to get you another Megalo for your rank 7 play. And then the Angler is going to get you your fodder, so you can make the Link monster appear. You need at least a Link 2 to be able to make this work. If you do a Link 1, you can only special summon 1. So in this case, we actually get to summon 3. 1, 2, 3, which is great. That's perfect because that'll actually get you your big guy. So you're going to discard these two to summon your Megalo. I don't run another one. I just run the Sphere right now. When we get Abyssalacia, I'll probably run the Equip as well. So now that you have that, get rid of all those and put them into Deco Talker. Overlay these two. And this is going to get you Galaxy Tomahawk. You detach two from Tomahawk. These plays are all the same. It's all the same thing. But the big thing for me is I want them to be consistent. So you link those two. Link these two. Into Firewall. And I mean, you pretty much get it. So we'll do Firewall, Link, and we'll do Link. Just like that. So, well, you really want to leave that there just in case you get Ghost Ogred. You activate Firewall, get rid of those two. And so now you can get rid of that. To make secure, get rid of these two. To make Ningrisu. So that and that got you the 2 summons. So now you overlay these two. So go into Bahamut, detach 1 from Bahamut, summon the Toad down here. That's going to get you a card. There it is. And so now you just link these two away and you summon your proxy. And so that's what that gets you. That gets you the same board that Neptibus Abysseus would have gotten you. Granted, it took you 2 more cards because you didn't draw Teus, which basically fixes your hand. But you still were able to get the same board where you have disruption here, and you have protection for your disruption. So you don't have to negate a Dark Hole, a Regeki, a Twin Twister, you know, any of that stuff. I don't know what else there is for disruption. Help me out. I don't know. I mean, you get the idea. But you don't have to negate any of the board wipes, anything like that. You can use this to cripple your opponent into negating something else. So like if it's a play, if it's something that you know it's going to play, it's a big play for them, you can negate that and just stop their turn. Or you can stop them with this. And of course, this does double duty because if they draw 5 board wipes, you can stop it once, twice, thrice, because you bring out the Lind, pop her 4 times. So they need a lot of cards, and that's already 3 cards from their hand. So it's tough, especially if you have a combo board. It's kind of tough to get rid of. The Aqua Spirit, the board looks a little bit different. It still looks really good, but it's a little different. So with the Aqua Spirit, we're going to do the same thing. These 3 plus Aqua Spirit. So now, same thing. You might notice these are all pretty similar. So we send the goons to get the goons, get the Megalo, right? Send these 2, summon Megalo, and then this will get you this, and this will get you this. So you have that so far, and now you get rid of these 2 to summon the other Megalo. So the problem, remember what I told you, that you have to have a Link 2 appear. Well, there's no way of you making a Link 2 and making a, what's his name? Making a Tomahawk. So what you're going to do is, and you don't want to make, you want your Firewall Dragon to be co-linked. You want it to be here with something pointing here and something pointing here. Well, you're not going to be able to do that if you just do that. So with this combo, you actually need a third card. A fifth water monster. So this is if you draw all water monsters. And the way it's gonna work is you send this and you summon Linkuriboh. Where's Linkuriboh? Oh, there he is. So you summon Linkuriboh. And the reason we want to do this is because now we can summon Galaxy Tomahawk, send 2, and we can get our same 4 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can get rid of all these tokens, get rid of Tomahawk, and summon Firewall right out the bat. We can get rid of this one and summon Link. And now we can get rid of Link and we can summon Secure Garden. Now, if you had a 5th water monster, like you're not going to draw 4 cards. If you draw 5 water monsters, and it was basically Aqua Spirit, the 2 waters, and Neptibus. So if we had like a 3rd Gameciel, that's going to let you make the summoning effect Chain Link 1, and then the getting cards from the graveyard Chain Link 2. So now we have 2 cards pointing to it. So we'll be able to get Dragoons. And instead of getting the second Dragoons, you actually are going to get the Aqua Spirit, because you're only going to be able to special summon once. And we're going to special summon Dragoons. This is the trap that we searched. Now, oops, sorry about that. Now you're going to banish 1 card. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll just banish him, the Neptibus, because I don't need him anymore. And you're going to summon the Aqua Spirit. You'll overlay both of them. And you'll summon the Bahamut. Now what you could do is you can get rid of these 2, and you can summon Proxy, and now you can detach 1. And so now really what you could do is you can either summon the Toad here or here. I would summon it here to prevent Mech Knights from being able to summon a lot, but whenever you do that, you get your guy again, and you pretty much get Proxy Dragon with this and with this. Now, unfortunately, if you go against Cyber Dragons, this makes it so that they can take this, but you get a very similar field. And makes it a little better because if you survive this turn, if you end up popping this, you can just attach another one to summon another Toad. So you can have 2 Toads on the field, which is great. All right, let's see what else we got. Sorry about my sniffling. So the next one, we're going to keep on continuing with that one. And this will be Neptibus, 2 waters, and this time what we'll do is we'll do Rosenix, and we'll do Launcher too. They're very similar. So this one is 4 cards, not 5 like the Aqua Spirit, but Aqua Spirit I chose because I know a lot of people are running Aqua Spirit. Rosenix is really good because he accesses 2 cards, 1 for pitch and 1 from the graveyard, which is wonderful. So I'll do Rosenix just because I think it's a little bit more utilitarian. So same thing we've always been doing. Summon, send 1, get 1. Then we get a Megalo, right? Same thing. We're gonna discard these 2 to get a Megalo on the field. So the Dragoons is gonna search as a Megalo. The Megalo is gonna search as a Sphere. Now we have enough water for the other Megalo, summon it, and that's it. The problem with this is we're in the same situation that we were with, what's her name, with Aqua Spirit. But no matter, we have Rosenix on the graveyard, so you can banish Rosenix and get a token. That's a water token, so you can get rid of those 2 tokens, and you can summon Mistar Boy, just like that. This is interchangeable. If you had this instead of this, where'd it go? Yeah, if you had Fishborg Launcher instead of Rosenix, that's fine because when Fishborg Launcher, if he's in the graveyard and you have all water monsters, which we do, you can just summon Launcher back to the field. So that gets you the Mistar anyway. It just banishes himself, which actually might help you if you end up doing like a Mullen Glacier play. So that really doesn't matter. We'll go back. That's really the big difference between Rosenix and Fishborg Launcher is that it just gives you, it's whether you banish to get a token or he just brings himself back straight from the graveyard. So anyway, we'll follow the Rosenix one. So we did the token. We'll link up into Nistar Boy. And so now we can overlay this. And you've seen this combo a billion times, so I'll just kind of speed up through it. We'll do Tomahawk. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna get rid of these two. Proxy. Get rid of these two. Firewall. And get rid of this last one to get a spider. Cool. So I'll get you two guys back, just like that. And so now, trade this in for decode. It really doesn't matter where you put him. Summon him here, and then trade that in, or secure, and summon him here. Now you can overlay these two into Bahamut. You're gonna overlay them up here. You're gonna detach one to get your popper, your infantry. Shark is gonna get you your awesome. And now, same thing, you can link away with these two, make a proxy. And now you have the protection, you have the discard fodder, negation, and protection for your negation or disruption. So disruption, and you have ways of protection and disruption, which is good. So that's that. The last one I'm gonna do as far as those go is Lokhande. And I like this card a lot because in this particular combo, it actually becomes very valuable. I mean, just look at how many cards we ended up getting. So I'll show you pretty much how it works. This is another one where it requires you to have 5 monsters instead of 4, but it ends up working out. So here, I'll show you here in a little bit. So you do Gamma Seal, and actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just leave those back there. I'll do 3 Gamma Seals. So Neptibus, Lokhande, and 3 water monsters, right? Okay. So now what you could do, same thing we've always done. So we send Dragoons to get Dragoons, and then Dragoons gets us Megalo, right? So now we're gonna send 2. Ooh, wrong 2. Send Dragoons, get Megalo. Megalo's gonna get us a sphere, and then the Dragoons is gonna get us our second Megalo. And now we're gonna discard Lokhande, and that you could discard the other one, it doesn't really matter, but you need another body on the board. Get rid of that. Summon your Linkaribo. And now you're gonna overlay these two. Detach 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so now you have an easy way to make firewall. And you're gonna make them right here. Boom. Get rid of the last one. Summon Link Spider. And then you can send Link Spider to bring out Secure Guard now. That makes it so, because we have a water monster, we have a monster period on our hand, we can do Chain Link 1 to summon, Chain Link 2 to add. So we're gonna add Lokhande, and we're gonna add Dragoons, more graveyard to our hand. The Lokhande is gonna special summon itself with this card effect. And now we have things we could do. I'm gonna summon it all the way over here, so I have a little bit of room to work for. Now, if I want to, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 3 tokens I can make. So I'm gonna banish Dragoons, and I'm gonna banish a Gamma Seal, a water monster, doesn't really matter, and I'll get another token. And because it's not once per turn, I'm gonna banish a Megalo, and I'm gonna banish another Gamma Seal. And that's gonna give us another token. Just like that. Now I can link these 2 tokens up, and I can make a proxy dragon. And you see the combo we have now, I have 2 Link 3 monsters, so I can get rid of those 2, and I can summon Decode. Because I sent 2 to the graveyard, I can just bring him down. Now I can overlay these 2 into, oh, where'd he go? Bahamut. And I could detach Dragoons to summon Bahamut Shark. Oh my god, I'm getting discombobulated. To summon Totally Awesome from my extra deck. Just like that. And now I can get rid of these two, and I can summon a proxy, and I ended up, oh, why did I summon, that's weird. I meant to summon Grace, I'm sorry guys. And now I can get my, well, I forgot to get my effect, but I mean, you see the idea. They're all pretty much the same. Detach, get the Toad, get this with the infantry, or not the infantry, with the Dragoons. And this is just the 5th card we had. It really doesn't matter what it is. It has to be a monster. That way we can activate Firewall's effect as Chain Link 1. Otherwise, all we could do is just summon one monster or bring back one monster, which is not good. We need to be able to at least get 2 back, summon 1. And if we can't do both, well, then that's an issue. But that's as far as those combos go. So back in the day when you wanted to get in a Bahamut Toad play, you would have to draw Teus, Spirit, and any water monster. So I like using Gameciel in this situation. And the way it would work, you summon Teus, send the Gameciel, get an Osha. Summon Osha, and then you pop it and you summon a 3. Well, you summon the 4 really. You summon this guy, he's important. And you summon any 3 really. I like to summon her because whenever my Toad goes, I can get it back. And you get that. This gets destroyed. Then what you would do is you would link those 2 up and you would summon Toad. Now you can banish a card. I can get rid of Osha because she's useless now. Summon Spirit. Overlay the 2 4s. To Bahamut. Detach 1. I'm going to detach Spirit because that's better to get to your hand than the other guy. And you summon Toad. Just like that. That's what you would have to do to make a Bahamut. You'd need 3 cards. Well, now with Rosenix, you only need 2. And I'll show you how. This combo works with Angler, Rosenix, or Launcher. And remember, Rosenix and Launcher are pretty much the same thing. Rosenix is the better card because Rosenix you can actually use even if you don't have water monsters in your graveyard. Fishborg only works when you have water monsters in your graveyard, so it's kind of annoying. But I'll do the Angler one first because I know a lot of people are playing that instead. So we'll do that, and it's pretty simple, it's pretty obvious. And you get your Osha. And then when he summoned a monster from your deck. Now you could summon 2 if you want to, but then you won't have enough space to be able to make a rank 4. So we're just gonna do, oh, I'm sorry, because it'll be this guy, if he summons 2, then when you summon her, you'll only be able to bring 1 out. So we're just gonna summon 1. And that is gonna be, I'll probably just do the beaver, just like that. Now you summon Osha, target the Teus, and Teus is gonna bring out the same guys, Mander and Gund. So that goes to the graveyard. Now you can link these 2 up, make a guy, where'd he go? Star Boy. And now you can banish the level 4. So if you banish them from the graveyard, you can make these level 4, overlay into Bahamut, detach 1 for Bahamut, and you make a Toad. And so you can make that Bahamut Toad play with those 2 cards. The problem I don't like about this deck, as I said before, I don't like Angler because he requires too much space. He requires you to run 2 cards that don't do anything by themselves, which is annoying. So I would rather run these next options. All right, so I like these 2 better, and these pretty much do the same thing. I'll lead with Rosenix because I like it better. It's more flexible than Launcher. That's what I meant to say. So we just won't do Launcher for now. But I'll do a combo so you can kind of see it. So same thing, discard 2-card combo, discard Rosenix, summon Teus. Teus is gonna get you Osha. You summon Osha, and then Osha's going to get you 2 more cards. You're going to summon Mander, and you're going to summon Gund, just like that. He gets destroyed, and so just like you thought, you need a way to send him to the graveyard so you can make a rank 4. So you need an extra monster. Luckily, that's why I like Rosenix, because it counts as 2 cards, 1 for discard fodder and 1 for that. So you banish it, get a token, and now you can send this and the token to the graveyard to summon Mistar Boy. Now you can banish him to make them 4, overlay these 2, get Bahamut, get Toad, just like you would normally. And that's great because it required 2 cards. It doesn't require you to run garbage like a beaver and a fish, and it still lets you go off with your play with the minimum amount of resources, which is wonderful. And then you have these 2, so if these get destroyed, you can always get these 2 cards back, which is great. This one's gonna be Teus and Fishborg Launcher. Same thing as the Rosenix, but it's just with the launcher. Instead of banishing to get a token, you just bring him back. So you summon Teus, send the launcher, that's gonna get you an Osha. You're gonna summon it, and you're gonna target the Teus to bring out Gunmander, destroy it. Because there's another water monster, you can bring back the launcher back to the field. And now you can link up, that goes to banish because it was brought back by its effect, and you get the Mistar Boy on the field. You can banish the Abyssmander, and when you do, you make them level 4, detach this to summon Toad. And so same thing, sorry about that guys. Same thing, it does the same thing, but instead of, it requires you to have water monsters only. So that's bad when you go to the other place, because if you do the other place, he's only good as a 1-shot. He's not good anytime else, as opposed to the Rosenix, it lets you do it regardless of what you have in your graveyard, and it gets you a token, which is more, it's better because you can use the token for Mistar Boy, you can use the token for a Link Spider, or you can use the token for a Link Karibo. This only lets you get Link Karibo or go up into Mistar Boy if you have another water monster.